Hello, Audio Marks coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned Marks wrestling fans to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Because
it's Rusev Day!
And hello. I am your host, Jimmy. I am unfortunately not joined by either CJ or Joe or Jared this week. But I will be connecting with CJ later on to discuss the fallout from Fastlane via Google Hangouts. A very interesting little piece of technology that we have here at our new studio. Just some quick updates for the podcast as a whole. Not too much. We're going to try to push for more Patreon subscriptions. So if you guys are listening, please spread the word. Please let everyone know that if they're listening, or if one of you guys are listening and not donating to Patreon, please, we are asking for a $1 donation, $2 donation, $3 donation just to help keep the podcast being supported. We want to thank you guys for listening, subscribing, and we also would like, if you can, we understand, but we know you can do this other thing, rating and subscribing on all the social media platforms, on all the apps and all the sites that we're on. We do ask for rate and subscribe. It will actually help us get more subscribers, and it will help us get better feedback on how to make the show better for you guys. All right, let's kick off to some news that happened this week. Another Hall of Fame update. We have Kid Rock going into the Hall of Fame. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, they're really picking from the barrel at this point. Kid Rock, he made The Undertaker's American Badass theme. Pretty cool, not gonna lie. But, interesting. Very interesting. This class is, not shaping up to be pretty good. Goldberg, Dudley's are probably the best. Ivory, not too bad. Everyone else is kind of like, oh, why are they going in? And then, of course, you have the Ultimate Warrior Award recipient, which is always good. I'm not going to complain too much about him, but they're all, this class, unfortunately, is just not that good. I think they're scrambling around. I don't know if they're going to start doing one person or even less at this point, but there is one more person to left, and I did hear it was going to be a goodie. I have no idea who that's going to be. When I talk to CJ later, we'll find out. We will find out. Sorry about that. It was my phone. The next thing on the list is they've just announced a women's battle royal for Mania being called the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal. Ugh. That's a rough one. Me and CJ are definitely going to be talking about that in our later discussion. But that's a rough one. I don't think WWE. I get why they did it. Moolah basically helped create WWE's WWF's or WWF's women's division and pioneered it and held the title for an incredibly long amount of time. So I get it. I get why. I get it. I get why they picked her, but they should have known better, especially with the timing and what's going on socially and politically in not even just the United States, but in the world generally. That wasn't a smart move. That was not a smart move. The next piece of news is Jeff Hardy arrested for DWI. Ugh, another. That's a hat trick of really bad stuff going on right now. Wow. Just wow. Listen, I find this, I take this a little bit serious. Just a little bit. DWI and a DUI are two different things. But both are pretty inexcusable. Luckily, no one was hurt, and it was on, I think, private property. But, he's in a job where he's very beloved by fans and respected among peers. And I get that, you got injured, you're in a lot of pain, and, you just got cleared, and you're ready to go back into it, but, you're having a little bit more fun, and then you do something irresponsible, and then you could jeopardize that. Like, come on, dude. I like Jeff, but I'm holding him a little bit accountable on this one. Like, not even for an aspect of what's he doing inside the ring at WWE, storylines and all that. I mean, like, outside. Like, being, a role model to either his kids or, the fans and everything like that. I'm not dogging on him for his kids, but, like, you're an adult, and you're doing something incredibly irresponsible, and that you could have seriously hurt someone, and, like, come on, you're an adult. Let's be real about this. But, hopefully he does come back and does do something at Mania. Now, whether that's going to be him teaming up with his brother in being Woken Brother Nero of some kind, or having a singles match or something along that, we don't really know. And this arrest for DWI is kind of a flag and a kind of a roadblock in this whole thing. We just don't know yet, and we'll have to wait and see. But let's update with some slightly better news, and that's what's going on with the storyline between Roman and Brock Lesnar, and oh my God, very good so far. Roman just slaying him left and right with promo after promo about, oh, you're not here all the time, I'm here, I have a legitimate claim to that title and not you. Like a legitimate claim, and I'm going to fight it for it, and I'm going to beat you. And it's good. I still don't like Roman, like, being the top guy that has been shoved down my throat. But through this avenue, in the way that, that we don't like Brock Lesnar that much anymore, I think this is the right move. So you know what? Good on WWE for picking this move. And because of that, and a real life, not real life, but in a unprecedented way of being suspended or, being escorted out of the building for a night or a couple nights or whatever, he heads into Gorilla, where Vince and Shane, which is very bizarre for Shane to be there, but not as that bizarre, but for them to actually go into the Gorilla position to actually see how the show is being actually produced, and letting everyone kind of get sneak peek through the behind the scenes of that, not being kayfabed or anything, and kind of confronting McMahon and them having a shouting match and resulting in the suspension temporarily of Roman Reigns. So I think that was very good story-wise on how they built that up. And the very last thing I'm going to be talking about is the Mixed Match Challenge. We're at that point where we're voting for who gets to stay in, because just a quick recap on who won and who lost. You have obviously Rusev and Lana losing to Bobby and Charlotte. You have Finn Balor and Sasha losing to Miz and Asuka, which that one surprised me. I figured, the Miz would have cost them, but I guess that's going to happen in the next one. And then you have Jimmy and one of the Usos, because I can never remember. You have one of the Usos and Naomi facing off against Braun and Bliss, and they lost. And now we got a chance to vote not only those three, but we also get to Big E and Carmella, Becky and Sammy. I was about to say Shane or Sheamus. That one really threw me off on that. And Goldust and Mandy Rose, and Natalya and Shinsuke Nakamura. My personal thing is that I would have liked to see either Rusev and Lana go a little bit further, or see Balor and Sasha. I don't know what the other guys are going to pick. I know I'm going to be voting for Ravishing Rusev Day. So everyone, hashtag Ravishing Rusev Day to get them another shot. And that's it for the news. I'm going to kick it off to a break really quickly, and then we'll get right into our discussion with CJ. I'm back, and I'm now being joined by CJ via Google Hangouts. What up, CJ?
Sup, guys? I am in Florida right now
You
because,
bastard.
yeah, pretty much. Freaking my flight, it was supposed to be for Tuesday, but the flight got canceled because of a huge snowstorm. So we had to move our flight to Friday. So I got an extra 3 days out of here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you just in Florida for Disney?
No, I didn't go to. No, what happened was we were visiting my girl's grandparents. We all made a vacation out of it. And then when we found out we had the extra days, we still had to drop off the rental. We were going to be in Orlando. So we're like, hey, yo, Kevin, are you free this week? And he's like, yeah, but don't you guys know I'm in Florida? And I'm like, yeah, that's why we're asking. And then we got to see you.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, Kevin is our friend who's doing a Disney internship.
Disney college program, yeah. And we got to see him. He looked good. Apparently a couple buses get blown up though in Disney. But
what do you mean blown up? Like legitimately blown up or like broke down blown up?
Like they broke down, then caught on fire.
Ah, okay. Typical Floridian weather, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. Can't take the heat. But yeah. Freaking it was nice though. It's nice being down here.
All right, that's cool.
I just yeah.
Any opportunity to go to the performance center just to check everything out? Go to a
man, I don't have a rental.
Huh?
I don't have a rental. I can't drive. I would have if I could have. I feel like Florida's a big state, man. Okay, I'm in Vero Beach right now.
Oh, Vero Beach. Oh,
So,
all right.
yeah, I don't know. That's like an hour away from Orlando. I don't know how far away that is from Full Sail.
I feel like Full Sail is like in the middle. I'm not entirely sure though.
I didn't look it up, man.
Anyway, so while you're in Florida, did you get a chance to watch this past Sunday's pay-per-view, my friend?
No, I was too busy playing cards and getting my butt whooped by Nicole's grandfather.
But you at least know what happened.
Yeah. Freaking, I don't get it. How does Orton win at Fastlane? I don't like that. All right, we're gonna jump right into this.
Yeah,
because I got a couple complaints about this. First off, I don't like it. I don't like how they did the whole Orton setup. I feel like the Orton coronation should have came at Mania. I feel like that just would have been bigger and better. But now they're probably just going to have Mahal somehow win the title without Orton being pinned. And then we're going to get a rehash of the feud from last year. I don't like it. I don't like how the United States Championship is being treated right now because no, I don't.
No, I agree with you 100%. I'm just
so
laughing
irrelevant
because this is exactly what I expected from this conversation.
Yeah, it's so irrelevant right now. Like the Bobby Roode should have cheated, or Mahal should have interfered beforehand.
I think I would have liked it if Bobby cheated because he needed to be the heel in that fight.
Yeah.
But then again, like, it's all gonna be heels facing off at Mania for it though. So like, what's the point?
No, Orton's a tweener. Orton is like an anti-hero. He's perfectly fine with that.
He's not good at it though. He's a better heel.
Yeah, but he could have all the heel tendencies, but be cheered for it. Like, like he could punt people, and then people would love it. But just be a bad boy about it, and just be like, I don't know, stomp on his head, on the Samir dude's head 5 times, punt him, and then just smile sadistically at Mahal. I'd be like, you're next. I don't know, like bring back that Legend Killer bullshit, but.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of.
They rushed him.
Yeah, they
rushed it. They could have milked it out. This is what they did with Bayley and Charlotte, and that's why Bayley flopped.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I agree.
Last Fastlane, they jump started it, and Fastlane has a history of jump starting, and I don't like it. They did that with a couple years ago, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Usos. They got the titles back from them and stuff. They did that too. They keep jump-starting title changes at Fastlane because they're trying to make it seem important, but it's not. No one cares. No one cares. And then
any other gripes, my friend?
The beatdown was awesome. The beatdown was fucking lit between the 3 tag teams, Bludgeon Brothers, Usos, and New Day.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yo,
we know
Xavier Woods
what-
is dead.
Do we know what's up with Xavier though? Is he?
Yo, it's storyline right now.
It's definitely
No
storyline.
way that in 5 hours you can have 5 different medical things diagnosed. No physical, scientific, possible way. So it's just storyline.
Oh, thank
But
God, 'cause I
Xavier's
still
gonna
want-
return it. Xavier's returning at Mania, and he's going to like.
What's
try-
the possibility? What is the possibility that the New Day is all going to be dressed up in Wakandan themed garb?
Yo, please. Oh, please.
Because Kofi Kingston's got that like Killmonger hair thing going on. Biggie is just big
Yo.
enough to be like the gorilla dude, and then Xavier Woods just comes back as Black Panther. Like that's
So T'Challa, Killmonger, and M'Baku. Yes, yo, that'd be lit. I would be loving that so much. But yeah, they could do it. They did Saiyans a couple of years ago. They could totally do this one. And
Now-
then Final Fantasy last year.
But do you like the idea of it being a triple threat now for the title?
No.
It seems to be like a very heavy triple threat Mania this year. with
Yeah,
a
I
lot of the
hate
stuff
that.
going
Yo,
on.
just get some singles in. They could have easily be. New Day does not have to appear on the card. They don't. They're
No,
good.
I-
They could easily. It's just, I don't like it. I
This
hate the triple.
This was my thinking going in because because last week I talked about the bar and their open challenge, and I was thinking, oh, they're probably gonna bring New Day back into Raw, and then they're gonna challenge the bar, and then it'd be Usos versus Bludgeon Brothers. That's my thinking of it. But
See, that would have been good, but
but that's not how it's working out now. You eating right now?
no. I'm just crushing up some dead plants.
All right.
I'm pacing.
Of course, I
But-
understand.
Yo, Bludgeon Brothers are freaking monsters right now. They are as over as Braun Strowman. So I just want them three to get back together. Like, and then they could somehow I don't know,
Redo
reinvent
the-
Bray Wyatt.
Redo the Wyatt family, but with 4, and then everyone's basically over except Bray.
I don't get it. I don't get how the guy whose name is literally the stable is the least over dude. I don't get it.
I mean, I guess we'll find out after what Ultimate Deletion is gonna be like, but as
Yo,
of right now, it's
Ultimate Deletion. All right, we're gonna jump into that right now. Ultimate Deletion is gonna be lit. Ultimate Deletion, I'm upset, is gonna be on Raw though, and not Mania.
I don't know
But
how
this
much I
opens up
would.
the avenue.
I don't know how much that would be liked by everyone in the stadium. That everyone's just gonna watch a Titantron screen of it with like I don't know how many thousands of people. What it was like 90,000 the last Mania when they went down there in NOLA.
I don't fucking know, man. But they would be lit. They'd be loving it. But I don't know how I'd feel about the Ultimate Deletion, just because if anything, it has to be consistent and it has to be given like a half hour.
All right. Well, I
You
think
know.
we'll rehash that next week when we talk about Final Deletion. But let's keep with Fastlane. The female tag team match surprised me.
Yeah,
I
how the
liked
hell
it
is
a lot.
Carmelo winning?
I liked it a lot.
Why is Carmelo winning?
It's good? I liked it.
I don't know. Carmelo's got to put the briefcase on the line in a match.
I
That's the
think
only way
that's-
she's going to be
I think
relevant.
that's what they might do, either at Mania or the SmackDown after Mania, just to keep that interesting. Because there's very interesting that we're getting a huge push for Carmella to start winning matches, and yet she's not going to put that thing either on the line or start cashing it in.
The only way this is going to work is if she interferes in that Charlotte-Asuka match and does something like Seth Rollins and pins Charlotte. But I do not think that they're going to do that with Asuka. Asuka's coronation's too important.
I agree with that. Let's see what else happened. You had the Charlotte and Ruby Riott match. Not bad, I think. For
Yo, that thing made the star out of Ruby.
it was very good.
Apparently she hung it in and stuff. So,
The ending submission was a little fast. I mean, that's usually what happens with submission victories, though. They usually come in too fast.
but they had to allot like 6 minutes for Asuka's entrance.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, it just had to happen. But I don't know, man. It was still good. I think Ruby did a fantastic job. Like, she has the potential to be really good. Like, this was definitely a moment that was very good for her career. And then we have the match that honestly surprised me more than the tag team match, which was the 6-pack challenge.
What surprised you about it?
Well, the fact
That John Cena did get pinned?
well, no, it wasn't that.
Or
It
that was an elimination?
Well, that part was that it should have been an elimination match, but surprisingly, like, it was a much better match than I thought it was going to be.
You got 6 of the most talented workers on the SmackDown brand working.
I know,
You're gonna
but
get
we
that.
expected that match to be terrible, though. Like,
Who did?
I think everyone did. You don't think it would have been bad?
No.
Okay. I think that
Baron Corbin's severely underrated.
yeah, he was
severely underrated.
He was very good in that match. I liked all the spots that he was in. It was very good. I liked the real Super Cena moment, and then he gets destroyed.
Everyone just beating him down.
Yeah, it felt very Nexus attacking Cena for the first time. That's how it felt to me, and I
Yes.
loved it.
Yo, we're getting Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens out of this, which I don't think is going to stay.
No, it's definitely not going to stay. Not after what just happened on SmackDown.
We're going to go into WrestleMania now because we all know that match was great. We all know that 6-man match was pretty freaking solid.
Also, I just want to go back really quickly, too. There was like a picture that they took to encapsulate that whole match towards the end, and it was a foreground picture of Sami Zayn at the bottom, sitting down on the ground by the apron, Shane in the middle ground of it, and then AJ in the background holding up the title after he won. That was a perfect way to like encapsulate that moment. And I hope that stays for the rest of like going into Mania for whatever Sammy and Kevin and Shane are going to be doing. But
yeah.
all right,
So
let's get
there's
down
been
to
a couple.
Mania.
Yeah, because there's been a couple announcements this week and last week that I want to talk about. First, the mixed tag team match. What the hell? I don't like it.
Mixed tag
I
team
don't
match?
like it.
All right.
Yeah, Kurt Angle, Kurt Angle and Ronda versus Steph and Triple H. I don't like it. I don't like Kurt Angle getting back in the ring. He is just one pedigree away from being dead.
I mean, you were perfectly fine with him getting curb stomped by Seth Rollins, so
Kurt Angle, I would have been okay with him being threatened with a Kurt. There's a couple of avenues that you could have went. As safe as Triple H is going to be, it's going to be plotting. It's going to be slow. It's going to be uninteresting. It's only going to get like super jacked up whenever Ronda Rousey steps in the ring with Stephanie. That's the only time people are going to be excited.
That's true.
And they're going to pop for entrances. That's it. That's all. That's all we're going to get.
Yeah, I agree with that. There were some other interesting things about Mania that I've been witnessing over on Twitter. Rusev was challenging
I
celebrities.
think I know what you're talking about.
Rusev challenging celebrities.
Yo, the little kid, what was it, from Home Alone, Kevin McAllister just challenged him.
Yeah, was it Macaulay Culkin? Oh, God, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yo,
And then
yo,
The Rock,
Rusev would be done.
The Rock nominating Kevin Hart to do it, and then Stephen Amell getting put in there. Oh, God, I love it.
This would be a great way to have Rusev on the card. Him
Yeah,
fighting
I
a
love it.
celebrity? Yo, have him take the role of Big Show. That'd be great for his career.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
I personally think so.
I just hope that
It's either that.
Oh, yeah, go on with your thought.
No, because, who was it, Kid Rock? What if we get Kid Rock and Elias Sampson versus Rusev and Aiden English?
Oh, God. Oh, God, that'd be so...
Because
I would hate that
for
so
some
much.
fucking reason, Kid Rock is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know.
Him, Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah, I talked about Hillbilly last week.
Like,
yeah, we're definitely gonna rehash all the stuff with hopefully everyone next week. But it's not gonna be the last Hall of Fame. I think there's one more because it didn't wrap up the
throw
whole class.
Vader
yet.
in there. Vader's gonna die. Let him have some kind of something with WWE.
Yeah,
He had Jack Squad. Give it to Vader.
Yeah, because honestly, right now this class kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, Goldberg and
Except
the
for
Dudleys
Goldberg
are
and the
pretty
Dudleys.
awesome. Ivory's okay. Everyone else kind of sucks. I'm sorry for the Ultimate Warrior recipient, but
Oh yeah, that one's always good though. That one's always nice.
yeah, that one's always nice. But
I don't know. The wrestlers in there, most of them are
most
just
of them for this one kind of suck.
okay. Let's see what else.
The obvious Roman and Brock Lesnar. I mean, that one's gonna be.
That's getting good. Getting good.
It is getting good. I think how it's being built is very good. I like what they did with Raw by temporarily suspending him, and I also like the fact that they actually went into Gorilla for storyline purposes. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was really cool. I liked him getting up in McMahon's face because they had got a history and stuff. So it was really cool to like revisit that and to also revisit Lesnar's relationship um with McMahon. And they kind of tease this with Bliss up leading up into Elimination Chamber, but to have it really be exploited is great.
Yeah, I like that. Speaking of
Like
Bliss,
this is the way to get. Oh man.
well,
Yo,
hold on. You want
Nia's
to finish
gonna-
your thought before we move on to that one?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, Roman. This is how you're getting Roman over. I'm loving Roman with this. I'm okay with him being champion because he's making all the great points. Like you know how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn kept getting cheered even though they were villains, or how AJ Styles was getting cheered despite being a villain last year. It's because they kept giving them logical arguments.
Yeah, I think the
The
WWE
WWE
fans are smarter now. So
Yeah, they're smart. They know what's going on. They can see it. They don't want Roman to fight for justice. They want him to fight because this is BS. Why is he champion? He don't show up. I'm better. I show up every week. Like it just works. Like this is the way to get Roman over. This is what they were hoping for a couple of years ago when they versed the 31. Now 34, Reigns is a much better performer, a much better talker, and he knows who he is. He's a no-nonsense dude that knows he's the best and knows that he'll show up and punch someone's teeth out.
don't you think it's just
Not-
a little ironic though that he's calling Brock Lesnar Vince McMahon's boy when we all know that Roman Reigns is Vince McMahon's boy too?
Well, I don't know about that. Brock Lesnar broke the streak.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. Reigns may be the golden boy, but freaking Lesnar is the crown jewel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what
he-
you're saying. All right.
So,
let's move on to the Bliss
some other
and Nia
matches.
Jax.
Bliss, Nia, gonna be lit. Nia's gonna destroy Bliss. I'm going to hate it, but love it. And I like how they're doing this. Nia is strong, but she's also compassionate. You know what I mean? I'm loving this. I'm loving the fact that Nia Jax is this kind of baby face, this kind of monster baby face.
I think it's definitely a different direction than the babyface monster that we have with Braun Strowman, which we'll
Yes.
definitely get into a little bit later. But I think it's an interesting one because they kind of like really went for like, some real personal stuff that Nia has been going through. Like I think it's definitely okay, but
But Nia is a great role model in that too, and to portray her as that, and plus she's so nice. Like I feel like if I hung out with her, we'd have a glass of wine together. She'd be really nice to hang out with. Alexa Bliss, I would like to see at a party, and we just go to the back room. But Nia, I could be with her, and then we'll be like, oh, we're hanging out together, and I tell her about the bad decision I had, and she's like, it's okay, honey, it's okay. Here, have some more wine. It'll help you forget the bad decision. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like,
what other
but
Mania
it's-
matches are going on?
But I want to address one thing.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting how Mickie James is supporting Alexa Bliss by calling Nia fat when she was getting booted out with the Piggy James storyline with Lay Cool.
Yeah, that did seem kind of interesting. I'm glad you brought that one up because I didn't even think about that until you brought it up.
Yeah, as soon as they started the fat shaming with Mickie James on board, I'm like, wait a second, hold on, hold the phone, Mickie, let's revisit this. Let's go back to 2009, your better years. Let's do this. But I don't know. I think that Nia is going to literally obliterate Mickie James into a couple of announce tables, and Bliss is going to die.
Are we going to see a title change, though, at Mania? Is my question.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I think Mania is going to be the Mania of title changes, personally.
Okay, so I do want to actually go into that. So do you think that into a different another singles match that we're going to be seeing, AJ Styles versus Nakamura, do you think that's going to be a title change?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a feeling it's going to be.
Nakamura, they've been prolonging this. Nakamura has to win, and I feel like this will turn AJ Styles heel the next night because AJ Styles needs to be a lead heel. Because I feel like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, one of them's turning face. I feel like it's going to be Kevin Owens, and I feel like Kevin Owens is going to go back to Raw. Sami Zayn's going to rule on SmackDown as a heel, but I think this is going to be how AJ Styles turns. Yeah, because I don't know. AJ Styles is a great babyface, but I also want to see either him or Kevin Owens on Raw, but swapped. I would like to see AJ Styles as a bad guy on Raw, because I'd like to see him go up against Roman like that. I'd like to see him go up against Seth like that. You know what I mean? There's a couple of avenues we could explore with that, but I think AJ Styles is probably going to turn back to face.
Yeah, I like
back
that.
to heel. But Nakamura's going to win. Or better yet, what I would love even more, I would love Nakamura to be heel.
I don't know if that's gonna necessarily happen right away. I think it'd be interesting. Don't get me wrong. I think
you've never seen his heel work in Japan. No, but you've never seen his heel work in Japan.
That is true, and that's why I also think that he's gonna win at Mania, because there's precedent that Nakamura beat Styles at Wrestle Kingdom their very last year at Wrestle Kingdom. So I think it would just be a good storyline to stretch out from that Mania into the next Mania, or at SummerSlam, or whatever avenue they decide to go to.
This could easily be like a Brock Lesnar Kurt Angle style.
Yeah, I agree.
From 2003. But Shinsuke Nakamura as a heel in Japan was amazing. He was so dismissive. He was so he would just kick people's face around. He would just be nudging them with his foot. You know what I mean? He's very, I want to say flamboyant, but I also want to say condescending. He was very condescending in his ring. His in-ring psychology when he was a heel was fantastic. Him against Kota Ibushi, he's just there what do you want, punk? What do you want? Well, you want to get up? Nope. Oh, man, I would love to see it. And just have him hold the championship and just do that little weird thing. He could easily be a heel. Easily.
He could, yeah. I could see that. It's possible. I think that they're going to probably go with Styles, though. I think they want to try to see if they can keep him as a babyface for as long as they can before they make that change. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But, oh, man, Nakamura could just curse people out in Japanese and just be like, I don't speak English because you suck.
I do want to hear the commentary, though, for the Japanese announce team on what they heard for that, and then you just hear Funaki like, no good.
Shinsuke not number one, not number one SmackDown. Yeah, but I'm thinking Nakamura's taking the title.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I want to move on to the Intercontinental Championship title picture. I don't like this either.
No, I don't like. I don't like it. I think it's very dumb.
I don't like the triple threat. I don't.
What I do think what will happen is that The Miz will either lose the title to either one of them, but depending on who wins, either Seth wins or Balor wins, the other one is going to go to SmackDown.
I think Finn Balor is going to win the IC title.
Yeah, and then I think that if that happens, Seth Rollins is going to go to SmackDown.
I heard Seth Rollins is going to be challenging Roman after Mania. He's going to be his next big feud for the Universal Championship.
I don't deny that, but I think it would be just better because he would have to go to SmackDown just to help them with their whole ratings thing, because after, I think, Mania, Cena's going to be gone. And if AJ moves over to Raw, they got to get another big person in there, and who better than Seth Rollins? You're
better off to bring Bray Wyatt back.
That's true.
Bring him back to SmackDown, and you'd be fine. Bray Wyatt, no, not even Bray Wyatt. Just forget that. Woken Hardys, bring them to SmackDown.
I mean, speaking of the Woken Hardys, do you think we'll see them challenge the Bar with everything that's going on?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. The only way, here's how I see it. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Braun Strowman pulled a fucking Matt Morgan. He pulled a Matt Morgan, interjected himself into the Battle Royal, going Braun, and all the tag teams are like, oh shit. And then he dismantles. He doesn't dismantle a stage, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't dismantle, a scaffolding or an ambulance. No, he dismantles a whole division. A whole division of people. Like, what the? I'm not okay with that. The tag team division, it's like tag team division, then Braun. It's like no one can beat him. And I don't like how they just fed the tag team division to Braun.
Wait, hold up.
Do.
I just thought of a crazy idea. I don't think that they're gonna do this, but hear me out. What if he wins the titles solely on his own?
Yes.
And then he goes on to a promo that Monday, and then we get AOP coming out. Do you think AOP could destroy Braun Strowman?
No.
Oh my God.
No. AOP's gonna get these hands.
They're gonna get these hands.
They're gonna get these. There's only two avenues for this.
All right.
And they both result in Braun Strowman winning.
Okay.
Both of them.
Right.
So what I can see happening is that Braun Strowman pulls a fucking Matt Morgan.
Okay.
And beats Cesaro and Sheamus, and he just keeps the belts forever. or until they build AOP enough to have Paul Ellering interfere on their behalf and AOP take the championships.
All right.
Or Braun Strowman tries to find a partner.
Okay.
And it leads to a triple threat.
All right.
Tag team match, because it has to. The Bar.
Okay.
Versus the Woken Hardys.
All right.
Versus Strowman and Bray Wyatt.
Ah.
And then they still win, and then Bray Wyatt ends up losing the championship for Braun, and then Braun goes on a tear, and then we finally get the Strowman-Wyatt feud.
All right, I like that. That was a pretty good one. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It all depends on how they want to book it. Like, I could easily see Braun Strowman winning the match for Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt just playing the puppet master again, because he needs something, and I feel like getting that type of monster under his control would be great.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
You know.
The last big thing that we got to talk about for Mania, I don't know how well you're versed on this particular, but there is a women's
I've been
battle
researching
royal.
it.
Huh?
I've been researching it, yeah.
Okay, so they're having
exactly
a battle royal for the women, and they're calling it the Fabulous
the WrestleMania.
Moolah.
No, they're not. They changed the name.
No, I know that they have. I'm just saying, a while ago, they were going to name it the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal. And
yes.
They got so much crap from fans and everyone around.
Yeah, let me restate the history for y'all. Fabulous Moolah, pioneer in the women's division, yes, but she also was a terrible person, real life heel. This woman would actually pimp out her fellow women's wrestlers to men to stay ahead, and not only to stay ahead, but she would do it so she didn't have to. She would pimp all of her students because she trained a lot of students. She would pimp them out. She was involved in the original screw job. In 1986, in MSG, it was Wendy Richter versus the Spider for the Women's Championship. And Wendy Richter, she was versing the Spider, and the Spider, after the Spider broke script, pinned her. And then Wendy Richter was like, oh my God, what are you doing? You know, like she tried kicking out, but the ref ignored it, did the 3 count, and then the Fabulous Moolah took off the mask, and she became women's champion again. Because, yeah.
No, I know the story.
Yeah,
God.
It was Moolah and McMahon. This woman was a horrible person.
Pioneer,
like,
yes,
horrible.
but a horrible, wretched woman.
It should have been Mae Young class. Mae Young had the tournament.
Mae Young had the tournament, so I don't know who. I think they're still debating on the name. I don't think they've reached an agreement on it, but they are rescinding and they're no longer doing the Fabulous Moolah.
I think the thing that did it for them was when a WrestleMania sponsor called them out on it.
Yeah, of course it had to be something that involved money. Otherwise, they would have just kept listening, and then you would have had all these women on the current women's roster saying, "I'm so happy that they're being named the Fabulous Moolah," and it's just, my God, it was quite something.
Oh yes.
All right,
but I think Becky's gonna win that.
Becky, all right.
Give Becky something.
I mean,
this is where you're gonna see Sasha eliminate Bayley.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically where the match where if you don't have anything booked, like for Mania, you're gonna go into it. I mean, they did it for the men for the past I don't know how many years. This will be the 4th one.
Yeah.
It'd be the fourth
No,
one for the men and the first for the women.
Fifth.
Okay, it'd be the fifth one for the men and the fourth one for the women. So it's like whoever doesn't have a storyline, you're all gonna go in this battle royal. Duke it out.
Yeah. And I think there's going to be a Rusev celebrity match or Rusev winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh God, yes. He needs
One of the
something.
two.
He needs something.
One of the two.
I'm predicting that at some point throughout 2018 that we're going to see Rusev as a champion. I don't know which champion. I'm just saying he's going to be a champion.
United States. I want them to revisit the Randy Orton feud.
Oh, God,
Rusev.
yes. If it doesn't work with
What?
Jinder, then yeah, I want it to revisit with Rusev. Absolutely.
Because Rusev Day, I feel like, would be so great against the RKO.
Oh God, yes. Anyway, on that note, that is the podcast.
Anything else?
No, nothing that's coming to my mind. I mean, I guess we could talk about John Cena and The Undertaker.
Yo,
You excited?
I'm
A little bit more excited?
Man. The promo was just eviscerating Taker. Cena's a heel now. You can't.
Have
say
you
it.
heard what The Undertaker might be coming out as? I'm just curious.
Yo, Kid Rock,
Yeah,
American Badass.
You excited?
Yes, I love American. My favorite incarnation of the Undertaker was the American Badass.
I know,
Like,
that's
oh
why.
my God.
That's why I was like,
Just
oh,
a
CJ's gonna love
relatable-
this now.
Oh my God! Like the Dead Man was cool. American Badass, he just came, and his promos, in my opinion, were so much better. Like he was just so much more realistic and believable, and he seemed more committed to his character because it's just him like, I'm gonna whoop your ass, boy. Like just. Oh, I can't
Between now and Mania, when do you think we're gonna see Undertaker?
wait. I want to see him the Monday night before.
Monday night before? Coming out
Yeah,
to
the night-
American Badass?
Yes.
Do you think
Just
WWE will allow it now that they're PG?
Yo, they did Badass Billy Gunn.
That's true, but it was only just like the American, the Badass Billy Gunn, though. It was just the one time saying it. They didn't say Badass Billy Gunn throughout the whole night. They just said it
So
once
they can
during
say-
an intro.
They can say it's the Undertaker. Undertaker. Brock Lesnar crown jewel. Undertaker. Untouchable by God.
Like God, like not being able to draw the Undertaker because he's basically like Muhammad, kind of like untouchable. That's how it
not
is.
Muhammad. Freaking Jesus Christ.
No, I mean from like a perspective like you can't do anything with like Muhammad, like draw him or write his name or anything. That's how untouchable Undertaker is.
Yeah, exactly. Like Undertaker is amazing. He can do whatever he wants.
That's true.
Oh, Brock Lesnar wishes he could get to the status of the Undertaker.
If he just didn't take so much goddamn money and just did whatever Vince said, he probably would have it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess kind of everything that we have for this week, guys. I think next week, we'll all be in the studio again.
I think we even got all the news down too.
I'm just trying to see. There's just the mixed match challenge update, but I have that covered, so don't worry about that.
I was about to say no one watches the mixed match challenge.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I think it's interesting to see where certain people are right now. But
Yeah.
other
I don't
than
know.
that-
I stopped. I have to get back on that. It's not as interesting as the tournaments because there's just no. How do I put it?
new
Nothing at
people.
stake.
Yeah, I mean,
Boom.
other than bragging rights, and we honestly don't know where
Cruiserweight
this could lead.
championship. Cruiserweight championship.
Okay. Yeah, something
Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. Spoiler.
Spoiler. You're no Drew Gulak.
Yes.
You were hinting at Drew Gulak pretty hard though.
I know, but the plans have been leaked. It's gonna be Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander.
You gonna like that, or would you rather have Gulak?
I don't like Mustafa Ali.
Is it because he looks like Aladdin? Is that the thing?
No, he dresses like a Power Ranger.
What's wrong with that?
He looks like a very thin Power Ranger. He looks like the stunt double for a Power Ranger. Or not even that. He looks like a Power Ranger cosplayer. Like he's someone you'd find at a convention.
This is wrestling, dude. Almost every person looks like a cosplayer. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but there's a difference between like the Budio Saiyans and then who do it out of sheer fun, and then Mustafa Ali who thinks it's cool. to do it all the time.
I mean, he dressed like Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins takes off his shirt.
He takes off the thing, but he looks like a Power Ranger. Remember freaking SummerSlam or Night of Champions or whenever it was? He looked like a goddamn white Power Ranger. He looked like Jason David Frank, the white Power Ranger from all the movies and TV shows.
Yeah, but he did it one time only.
He had a red one and a green, not a green one, but he had a black one, just same thing.
Yeah, but it's Seth Rollins. Mustafa Ali looks like he's trying to copy Seth Rollins. I don't know. I don't like Mustafa Ali. I'm just gonna root for Cedric Alexander because I guess he deserves it more.
He does.
I don't know.
He does.
I don't know. I was hoping Gargano Ciampa, but nah.
No, that's gonna be settled at Takeover. I think we'll talk about that next week though. We'll definitely, because we're starting to run low out of time.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, cruiserweight tag titles. I don't like it.
You don't like that, really?
No, I want three-way, like a six-man tag
Okay, something even more different. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one.
Yeah, that's what I want. Everyone else is doing it. WWE, get on the hype train.
I mean, they got to set up a tag team division for the women first before they start really doing it. But we'll see what happens after this Mania. Who knows?
Yeah. So.
All
right.
I
should be back next week, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, man.
So.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
All right. Catch you on the flip side.
All right. See you, brother. Bye-bye.
Ready for breakfast? You can't look 7 shades either?
No.
I don't know why you can't.
You know you're still on, buddy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Carl Jones leaving the building. I will catch you all next week.
Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned to our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for the continued use of their equipment and space. Continue supporting us by rating and subscribing through Patreon, Audio Boom, Stitcher, TuneIn, Castbox, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play Music, and Apple Podcasts at Marks for Life Podcast. And now, check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life, for our podcast playlist and other content. Please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, our Tumblr page, Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook page, Marks for Life Podcast. And email us at marksforlifepodcast@gmail.com for any questions, comments, or feedback. Until next time, Audio Marks.